Hey, welcome to TellSamyra. So today's video is should you confront the narcissist? My answer is no, and the reason I'm going to say no is because you and the narcissist are two different people. I think a lot of times that those of us that have encountered the narcissist, we believe that everyone maybe has a good attitude, they're just good people, we're expecting the best from people. These narcissists, they don't have the same emotions that you have. They have to copy other people that have emotions to know what it's like to be emotional and how to be in relationships. They don't have those feelings as you have. So to go to that person and say, hey, you've done this, you've done that, trust me, you've probably already told this person how they've been treating you and they still continue to do it. That lets you know that this person does not care about you and that they know what they're doing. Also, as grown-ups and even with kids of a certain age, you don't have to keep telling people what's right and wrong. They know. So even if you never confronted the narcissist, do you not think that this person does not know that they're treating you like garbage? One of the things about narcissism is that they believe with them it's like a hierarchy, like you're here and to them they're superior to you. So they feel as if you're weak, you deserve this type of treatment, which things I've talked about in other videos. And so they don't see that you're worthy. To them, you're a little slave, a little peasant, and they don't see that you're worthy to be to give an excuse about their behavior. They just gaslight you and tell you, oh, it's your fault, you're crazy, oh, they don't want to walk on eggshells. You know, all the things that they said to you in the past. So why subject yourself to this continual damage and trying to go to them and get them to be reasonable, loving people with a heart? It is just not there. You're not going to make them. I think the thing is that we put a lot of the blame on the narcissist, which it should be, but we also have to look at ourselves. What part of me, if I want that person to change, is so controlling that I feel that I have to make this person be the type of person I want them to be? I'm going to make them be loving. I'm going to make them repent. I'm going to make them say they're sorry. I'm just going to control them and make them be the person I want to be. Sister, brother, we have to come to that realization that the only person you can control is yourself. And I know people say it a lot, but really you have to let that sink in and let it dictate how you behave. We can't just keep going around thinking we can make people into things that they're not. This is why the person has the diagnosis, if they have been diagnosed as a narcissist. They're not going to change. And then sometimes we get to the point, one reason I think that people want to confront the narcissist is because they feel bad once they realize how long they've allowed themselves to be misused and mistreated. So now that's that anger. And I understand that anger. I've had that anger before. It's like, oh my God, you did X, Y, and Z to me. And so we think that if we go off on this narcissist and confront them and call them out and say, oh, you're a narcissist and I know who you are, you know, you can no longer hide, I'm on to you. We think that that's going to somehow make us feel stronger, that it's going to somehow erase the bad that was done to us. It's not going to do any of those things. The only thing that you can do is to look at yourself. And I know a lot of times we like to watch these types of videos because we want to say, oh, this person is a narcissist and this. But what I have learned is, from my understanding and from what I've seen personally, is that a narcissist is not a narcissist with everyone. Meaning they pick their targets. They go after those who are more empathic. They go after people who are not going to stand up for themselves, who have bad boundaries. They go after people who you can misuse them and abuse them, and they keep coming back because they're just so hopeful that you're going to change. Although you've been treating them like dog boo-boo for 10 years or 4 or 5 times you've a person has been rude to them, done them horrible, stood them up, and they just keep coming back for more. And so these are the type of people that narcissists latch on to. I don't see them staying around being narcissistic with people who will put them in their place, will stand up for themselves, who are not dealing with any craziness, and will walk away and won't tolerate it. So they choose the people. And if you have been a narcissist choice, which I have been, You can continue to watch tons of videos, but if you do not start looking at why that narcissist, why you were narcissistic bait, you're going to continue to be in this same pattern with not just that narcissist, but with other narcissists, with other toxic people, other sociopaths, because you have not made the changes within. The thing is that I say that a lot of us just have to stop being naive. If someone shows you that they're crap and they treat you like crap, they treat others like crap, understand that that lets you know right there they don't love you, they don't respect you, and that's the time to move. It's not the time to say, oh, well, I just need to see this person in action again. Oh, I knew they were treating others like crap, but I didn't think they were going to treat me that way. Oh, I just had to forgive them because my sweet Jesus said that I had to forgive them. All these excuses is why you continue to be their bait and why they look at you as if you're a fool. One of my favorite narcissists once told me, if you find a fool, bump his head. If you find a fool, bump his head. If you haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and do that. If you like this content, please leave a comment. Don't forget to share. Also, if you find a fool, bump his head, meaning you find someone with no boundaries, someone that's too nice, then of course misuse, do anything you can, because this person is a fool and they don't love themselves and they're going to allow you to do whatever. And I know some of you are sitting in your seat cringing, oh my God, people think that way. People are like, look, yeah, they are. Now that you know it, now what are you going to do to protect yourself? It's not about, oh, they're that way. We know that there's some people in this world that are evil. Well, some people don't, because they still have that debate, but whatever. I'm over being dumb. So yeah, we have to admit that there is these people in the world. What can you do to guard yourself so you're not their prey? So instead of confronting this narcissist, letting them know, cursing them out, trying to key their cars, taking it back to the car, the Louisville slugger, to the truck like Carrie Underwood. Instead of doing all that, manage your emotions, because that's one of the reasons you were narcissistic bait, not knowing how to manage your emotions. They know how to get you riled up, to get you going off, to get you out of character. The thing is to maintain your emotions. Going no contact, meaning that you're cutting this person off from all social media. You're not responding to this person's text, nothing. You're not looking at their social media, and it's not easy, but that's something that if you can do, that you can do, just to go no contact. I don't feel a need to let people know who's treating me like crap. Oh, I'm not going to speak to you because this, and you did that. Trust me, they know what they've done. They're not slow. This is not a person who has some kind of cognitive delay that you have to do special things to get this person to process the English language. This is not the case. So because I've known that people have treated me crazy, I just cut them off because they already know, I don't need to broadcast it. We both know I was dumb and allowed it to happen. So yeah, it happened. And the thing is that we just think that, oh, I'm just going to get my power back with this person. The thing is, the narcissist has learned from just a little bitty child growing up how to perfect this persona to seem confident, really, when they're not always really confident. And some of them have terribly low self-esteem, which is why they're easily offended. But they've perfected being a narcissist, meaning treating people like crap, getting revenge on people, having smear campaigns where they call you crazy to everybody. They tell people that you've done things that you haven't done. They're just smearing your name all over the community to anyone who can listen. These people are masters at this. Please stop trying to take a butter knife to a gunfight. If you have been the victim of this abuse, I'm not saying that you're weak, that I'm weak. I'm just saying you're not prepared with your butter knife to go to this person who has been from a little bitty kid learning how to manipulate people and being the dark individual that they are. You're not prepared, so don't even embarrass yourself trying to go to them. Like I said, that anger, channel it and turn it in. Like I tell people, and sometimes people don't want to do the work. They just want to listen to another video. They want someone to tell them the answer, but it's no quick answer. The thing is, you have to do the work. I'm still doing the work. There's books that I keep saying, there's books that we have to read on how to be less naive, how to spot toxic people, and how to build up yourself by setting boundaries, by not being so susceptible to these things, learning just how to not be so naive and to understand that there's evil in the world and guard yourself against it. Those are the steps that you have to take so you can break this relationship. Also, you're going to go to this person and spewing all this stuff, and all it's going to do is just give them more ammunition to go to continue to smear your name, saying, oh, I told you all Jackie was crazy. She came over here and she started screaming and throwing stuff, and she was in my inbox cursing me out. You know, they're going to do everything they can to say that you're that crazy person. And if you go to them with all that anger, of course, you're going to look like the crazy person. So I say, for me, you do what you want to do. And I'd love to hear your comments, but it's no sense of going to these people. Just accept that you were in a bad relationship. If you were a child, then I'd say, or a teen, and you're living with your parents, you really don't have a choice but to deal with this. But if you're a grown person and this person isn't threatening your life, you have a choice whether you decide to stay in that relationship. No one can force you to do anything in a friendship. No one can force you to do any kind of thing against your will. You have the ability to leave. You have the ability to analyze yourself and say, what must I do to be a stronger person? If people are still calling you a nice person, chances are you are still doing something that's causing you to be narcissistic bait. The best revenge and how to channel that anger is to have your best life. What can you do to help yourself move on and be stronger? Who do you need to cut off? Do you need a new job? Do you need to find a new hobby? A new relationship, new friendships? What energizes you when you think about that? What brings you joy, sis? What brings you happiness, brother? Those are the things that you want to do instead of focusing on somebody who couldn't care less. They don't have your emotions. These people they lack that. They're sort of like, to me, have the heart of an animal. They don't. They have to watch other people to learn what it's like to have human emotions. They're not like you. Stop trying to think they are. And the best thing that I have to say with this is just to trust, and I say this a lot, trust your gut. No matter what people tell you. I told you that I had, when I was grown, I had joined these Sunday churches, and it's led me in the wrong direction with this. You got to trust your gut. You can't depend on other people to tell you how to handle the narcissist. If you feel that it's a bad relationship, it is, cut it off. You don't need to have anybody else tell you. You don't need another video about it. Trust yourself and love yourself to the point where you say, I will never be in this relationship again. And if your brain is still haunting you about that narcissistic relationship, it's because you have not learned all you need to learn about that situation. And what I mean is because you're probably still putting all the focus on that person. But I bet you, try this challenge here. Start looking at yourself, seeing how you can get stronger and be less of a bait for toxic people. Then your brain will start to calm down, and you probably will start stop rehearsing what happened to you, because you have now become mentally strong. Everything is really mental. It's all in your mind. Once you begin to get over that worthlessness and feeling that you need to allow people to misuse you, you come up with excuses why it's okay to be misused. Oh, well, the Bible says this. I got to honor this one. I got to do this. You can misinterpret the Bible all you want to, and forget that it also lets you know that those who, basically, I'm paraphrasing, that those who are in Christ, if they're doing things that's sinful or breaking the commandments of God, that you're to stay away from them. And that's everyone. That's even including your mom and dad. Do you think God, or whoever you believe in, the universe, do you believe that God has called you to be a doormat for someone and wants you to be treated like garbage? No. You got people telling you, oh, go ahead and just stay in that relationship. You be the better person. Trust me. Are you going to continue to be that fool that gets the head bump? Or are you going to wake up and say, you know what, today I'm going to start loving myself, choosing myself, making better decisions. And when I see that something is wrong, if it's small, I'll talk to the person and see how they respond. If they blow me off, start accusing me, saying I'm crazy, something's wrong with me, and they deny it, then I know I need to move on. It's no third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance. Oh, I'm hoping they change. No, stop. And I'm talking to me too. Sis, brother, stop being the fool that the narcissist can find and bump his or her head. Don't be that fool. Stop getting your head bumped. And I say that in peace and love. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share this video, and give a comment. And if there's any topics you'd like me to hear, like me to do, go ahead and leave that suggestion. Thanks. Bye.